In the world there are Hatha yogis, but we are Karmyogis and Raj yogis. What is the difference between a Hatha yogi and a Karmyogi? So Baba says that in the world people think that when you have to be a yogi, you have to shift your place of residence. Yes, so you have to, go to the jungle or live somewhere else. So, or, just there are certain practices where, you have to just keep your mouth, stitched and don't talk. But Baba says it's not where you live or it's not who you live with. It's your consciousness. It's the consciousness in which you do everything, which is causing the sorrow and the problems that you are facing. So, Karma Yoga is all about not leaving the karma, but shifting the consciousness with which you do the karma. And Baba has also given us the understanding of Karm Bandhan. And what is Karm Bandhan? You see that Baba says that when you have a body, now you see, if you become a yogi, you leave the family, but why don't you leave the body also? Because the body is also asking for your attention. The body is also taking up your time. So when we talk about Karmsanyas, if you want to do complete Karmsanyas, you have to leave the body also. Because where there is the body, there will be karma. So leaving the family, leaving the job, or leaving the, leaving something else will not lead you to Karmsanyas, because as long as there is the body, you will have to fend for yourself. You will have to, whether you earn or you beg, it's one and the same thing. You will have to do something to feed the body. You will think, you will have to spend your time and energy taking care of the body. So Baba says that Karmsanyas is not possible in Karam Kshetra. So when you are in this world, in this field of action, then Karmsanyas is not possible. But Baba says what is possible is Karma Yoga. So in what consciousness are you doing the karma? And Baba also makes so Baba also gives us the knowledge. So, we have the knowledge of what is necessary karma and what is karma bandhan and what is wasteful karma and what is vicious karma. So when we become a karma yogi, we also make a distinction between what is necessary karma, what is wasteful karma, what is vicious karma. So you see that, take for example, you have a 5-year-old child or a 10-year-old child for that matter, and then that child is your creation. So it is your duty to see to it that that child is provided for properly. So, and until that child becomes, of an age where he can fend for himself and, take care for them, make the choices for himself at least. So, until then, you have to take care of the child. So, Baba says that is a karm bandhan, that is a karmic account. So, you have to settle it, right? Or if you are in a setup where you are not, you are in a household and somebody is earning the bread, and then your duty is to cook the meal and serve it on the table, then that's an arrangement you have to honor, right? So it's not like you are using the resources but you're not contributing anything. So if it is that kind of an arrangement where somebody is bringing food if somebody is bringing the groceries and you are the one who is in that arrangement to cook and serve the food, you do it. And if you are the one who has to bring in the money, you do it. So Baba says all these things are karm bandhan. So we live in certain arrangements, and then there are certain dependencies, or there are parents who are old and ailing, so you have to take care of them. So physically provide them with food and medicines and all of that stuff. But then what is not your karm bandhan? What is that which comes from a vicious place? So if you start following the dictates of someone because of attachment, so let's say you have parents who expect you to do something which is against Shrimat. So if they expect you to eat a certain kind of food or get married or something which has got nothing to do with them, it's just they keep emotionally telling you that it will affect me emotionally. So that's not your job to take care of. So, and I'll give you one example. So there is this Mata, and she is 67, I think 67, 68 years of physical age, and her daughter lives in a different place and she's into a job, and then she's into a very good job, and that job has a lot of social service element also into it. So she's into an NGO and she works for poor children and all. Now this Mata is suddenly she has anxiety, and then she called her daughter and she asked her to give up the job and live with her. And she said that I'm old and I can't manage things on my own and I'm feeling anxious. So you leave the job, you come back to the hometown and you live with us, and your father is an alcoholic and I'm not well. So you live with us and you take care of us. Now this girl, she said that why don't you people come and stay with me if that's the issue, because you are both not working and retired, so why don't you come and stay with me? So the Mata said that no, we can't come and stay with you because we have our home here and we don't want to uproot ourselves from our native place, but you leave the job and you come and stay with us. And she kept telling that you're a bad daughter if you don't do that, and you're a bad person if you don't understand the importance of giving the return to your parents. So she kept saying that, and then she said that you're working just for money, right? So there is enough money in the family and you don't need to work for that money. So you have all our inheritance, you are our only daughter, so why don't you come back and just be with us? So she said, that's not what I want to do. So the mother said, so now what you want to do is more important than what needs to be done. So they were having this argument, and then the daughter said, so what needs to be done is what you think needs to be done, right? So it's not like what needs to be done, but what needs to be done according to you. So she said, no, it's not like that. You ask 10 people in the society, They will all say that when your mother is 67 and she is suffering from anxiety and your father is an alcoholic, you have to stay with them. And if we die one day on the stairs, then it will all be on you. So, you will be the one who will be responsible, and then, don't cry later and don't repent later that last time you didn't serve your parents. So, this was the whole thing, and it was playing out before me because the mother and daughter had come to the center, and the daughter was, so now the daughter asked me, am I right or is she right? So I said, you see, what is right to do depends also on your state of power. So you see that I said that your mother said that one day if we die on the stairs, then don't blame yourself for it. So you have to ask yourself whether you have that kind of clarity within, that if tomorrow this scene exactly plays out like this, then you will not feel guilty. So she said, no, I will feel guilty. So I said, then you are your mother's daughter, right? So she has also fed that belief system into you. So first things first, we have to have a lot of clarity about our own belief system. So, when we come to Baba, Baba tells us the truth, and Baba is every day teaching us in true light what is my Karam Bandhan and what is not my Karam Bandhan. Now you see, there is a lot of morality in us which is not in consonance with the truth that Baba is saying. So, when you look at your morality which has been fed into you over the last 63 births, then all that morality has its root in body consciousness, and moral behavior has got to do a lot with role consciousness and body consciousness and karma consciousness. But Baba says that no, all that is secondary, soul consciousness is everything. So, in the world, being a good daughter, good mother, good father, good son, these things are what we are taught. We are not taught to be true to ourselves, true to who we are, true to our essence, or true to Baba and his Srimad. So now, when we come to Baba, we have to first understand this properly, that Baba gives us a lot of clarity about what is my karmic account, what is not my karmic account, what is not my Karam Bandhan, what is my Karam Bandhan, what is just a sanskaro ka bandhan. So, there are many bandhan which come from just inheriting false belief systems from, the past, from history, from parents, from everywhere, from the world in general. So, when we have inherited all those belief systems, then we have to first deal with them and then come to the truth that what is really my Karam Bandhan or what is really my obligation. So you see that if somebody is hungry, so giving them food is your Karam Bandhan. So if somebody is hungry, be it's not just your children or your parents or anybody else, but even if a stranger is hungry, absolutely hungry and sitting before you, then it is your duty to give them food. So just give them something to eat. So that is a Karam Bandhan. But when you think about emotional duties, so people think that fulfilling somebody's emotions is a duty. So no, making somebody happy is my duty. No, because you see that the law says you cannot make anybody happy. The law says only one person, if they choose to be happy, they can be happy. So if somebody says, for my happiness, for my satisfaction, for my peace, you do this, so all that is just part of blind morality. So, so you cannot make anybody happy or peaceful or satisfied, even if you gave your life away for that. And I can vouch for it that, even if you gave your life away for that, you cannot make anybody happy or peaceful or satisfied until they choose to be. But Baba says it is your duty to help somebody realize that the way to peace and happiness and true satisfaction and contentment is knowing yourself and remembering Baba and following Shrimat. So help them help themselves, help them be peaceful, help them choose happiness. All that you can do, but never take on the responsibility of making someone happy or peaceful or contented. You cannot do that. So Baba says that we must know the distinction between Karam Bandhan and, now we talked about this in relationships. Then you see, earning and fending for yourself is okay. If you have a body, earning for that body and fending for that body is fine. But you also have to take care that you don't get into the trap of greed. So Baba says that again, greed becomes greed is a vice. So what you do out of need is your karmic account. You have to do it. So you have to spend some effort and time and energy in earning your bread. That's fine. But if you are getting too greedy and that is upsetting your balance of spiritual growth and following Shrimat and earning your bread, so that balance, when it is not being properly respected, so that means you have fallen into the trap of greed. So Baba says distinguish between necessary karma and karma which is coming from vices, the compulsiveness that vices are giving you, whether it is the sanskar of attachment, whether it is the sanskar of lust or greed or anger or ego or whatever. Yes, so this is something that Baba says. And ego will tell you that having a name, having a reputation, having this, that and the other is very important. Yes, but do you think really that somebody has absolute name and fame and absolute reputation? No, it doesn't happen like that in the world. So some people will say you're a good person and others will say you're a hopeless person, and the third category will say you're a very bad person. So never run after this false name, fame, reputation, this and that, and never run after money for status or money for this sense of false security. So Baba says money is for use. So however much you need, you have to earn, but don't go into the trap of greed and money is a status and money is something that makes you secure. So money cannot make you secure, because when really the time of upheaval comes, then money is the first thing you will not be able to use. So so these things are all vices which determine your karma. So Baba says that whatever is necessary karma you have to do, and whatever is vicious karma, wasteful karma, excess karma, you just let go of it and that's fine. But Baba says whatever is necessary also, you do it in the consciousness of soul, that I am a soul, and in Baba's remembrance. So shift the consciousness with which you do karma. Now let's say very simple karma. like Baba says, getting up. So earlier you used to get up for the body, for the job, for the children. But now why do you get up? You get up because you are a soul and you have to take your nourishment from Baba. So Baba says every karma, turn it into a godly action, into an alaukic action, which has got nothing to do with this world. It is a karma done in the old world, but it is not done in the consciousness of the old world. Yes, so let's say you are preparing breakfast. So you're preparing breakfast, that breakfast will be eaten by human beings, but then you don't cook for humans. You cook for Baba. So you remember Baba, you cook with Baba's love in your heart, and then you offer your bhog to Baba and you serve that breakfast as bhog. Yes, so you serve that breakfast as bhog. So that is how you change your karma into alaukic karma. And then when you interact with people, so don't look at them as the roles or the bodies or the relationships they are in with you, but just look at them as souls and God's children, and know that each one has their own sanskars, but the original sanskar of every soul is pure and divine. So just observe the acquired sanskars, don't absorb them. And so do you know how to not absorb somebody's sanskars and just observe them? So you know that this person has a lot of ego, but you are not affected by that ego. So you know that that's their sanskar, but you are still able to keep your interaction with that person egoless. So you know the sanskar of the other soul, but you are not affected by it, and you are able to communicate with that soul with love, with peace in your role, right? So it's not like, so let's take an example. Suppose there is a person, and whenever, so that person is somebody in a subordinate capacity. So let's say that's a junior, or that's a servant in the house, or that's a younger brother or sister or whoever. But whenever you ask them to do something, they make this very bad face, and and also they will not do it in a manner and at a speed and at a time with which you think they should respond. So they make a very bad face and then they keep sitting, they will not get up. So then next time when you come into interaction with them, what happens is you hold that in your head, right? That this person will make a dirty face and then they will keep sitting. And so when you are about to tell them to do something, you are discouraged from telling them, or you also make that same dirty face and talk to them, or you are behaving not like yourself around them because you have absorbed their behavior. So Baba says that don't do that. So whenever you come in interaction with souls, they have this sanskar, but you stay detached from that and you operate according to your sanskar. And because you have to operate according to your role and your sanskar. If your role is to tell them, you tell them. It's not like you don't tell them, but don't allow their sanskar to also affect the way you tell them. So you tell them according to your sanskar and according to your role also. So according to your role and your sanskar, you have to behave with them. I will give you a very interesting example. So there was this one sister with me once in the center, and what she would do is she would waste a lot of things, like she would, if she's cleaning the rice, she would just, in the water, rice is flowing. So these kinds of things, so I observed. And then, I once made her sit down and I said, when you do things, you have to take care to not waste, because this is Baba's yagya, so we cannot waste. So then she just, she blasted, and then she said, in everything, I'm being directed and I don't like to be directed, and let me do things my way. And so I said, you see that you cannot do things your way, because I also cannot do things my way here. This is not my place, this is not any human being's place. So no human being has the authority to permit anybody to waste anything. So if it was in my authority, I would have given you the permission, but it is not in my authority. So just like I am abiding by the rules, you also have to abide by the rules. And if next time I see you again, you will be told, and maybe I will have to tell before 10 people also, so that you feel bad and start doing it. So I will do everything in my capacity to ensure that you don't waste. And ultimately, if even that doesn't work, I'll send you home. So you have to listen to this, because this is Baba's Shrimad. So, and I was smiling all through. I did not, I was not angry. I was not, so, next day she said that I'm trying, but sometimes some things happen. So I said that all that is fine, but you have to try with all your heart and with good intention. And then slowly, she also started changing. So the thing is, you don't have to leave your role also, and you don't have to leave your sanskar also. So sometimes, when we are not able to when we are not able to observe somebody else's sanskars, we start getting affected by it. Either we leave our role or we change our sanskar, right? So don't do both of them. You behave according to your sanskar, behave according to your authority, but also don't get affected by their sanskar. So, and when you are when you operate like this, then slowly, gradually, because you see, when you are in your original sanskar, then those original sanskars have this vibration of power and purity in them. And then these vibrations give the other soul strength. And I will tell you one thing, there is a lot of correction and instruction in the world. It's not like people are not correcting each other or people are not instructing each other. But when you have a hidden agenda inside, and then you are giving very good logic outside. So let's say I'm jealous of you, and that's why I don't want you to do something, right? But I'm giving a lot of logic that this is not the right time, the right opportunity, the right place to do this thing. So my logic can be fine, but because my heart is not in the right place, that's why that message doesn't get conveyed. But when you are soul conscious and your agenda is pure, when you are with Baba and your heart is pure and your agenda is pure, then even if you say it with authority, and even if you correct the soul right away also, it will work, because your intention is also getting conveyed. It's not like that soul will not get it. Don't you see that Baba in the Murli is so straightforward with us? Baba is, Baba is calling a spade a spade. Baba is not mincing words. So, but Baba maintains his sanskars. Baba is the ocean of love and the ocean of knowledge and the ocean of peace together. So, you can sense the love even when he is giving the knowledge in a very straight manner. So, even when he is telling that, this is the impurity that's there in you and you have this burden of sins and you realize it, you don't not love Baba for saying that, because Baba is very clean at heart and Baba is giving that with that kind of purity and purity of heart. So Baba says that when you come into interaction from a soul conscious place and in remembrance of Baba, then you can be very straight, clear and also be in authority, but just don't let your sanskars of impurity emerge, where otherwise your message will not be received well. And I think, this big gap between intention and words or intention and actions, this is what is causing all the miscommunication or the lack of effective communication in the world. Because you see, you hear people saying that I have told this person 100 times but they don't listen. But why are they not listening if you have said it 100 times? Because there is a gap between your own intention and words and behavior. So it's either you are not doing what you are saying, or you are not meaning what you are saying, or whatever you are saying is not coming from a place of honest intent, or there is some vice within you which they are able to sense. So Baba says that this is how you make your interactions also very alaukic. And then so Baba says that incorporate yoga and soul consciousness and knowledge in everything you do. And then there is another important thing, which is whenever you do something, know that don't engage with anyone directly. So even if it's the body or money or anything, don't engage directly with anything. So not like my money and I am spending. No. Baba's money and I am the trustee and spending it. So when you do it in that consciousness, then you will also take care to watch out for the karma that the money is creating. So Baba says that this is Karmyogi life. So incorporating soul consciousness and knowledge and pure love, pure intentions, Baba's remembrance, and doing everything directly with Baba and indirectly with the world. That is Karmyogi Jivan. And when we do it like this, then Baba says your karmic accounts get settled. And if you run away from your karmic accounts, they run after you. So it's not like if you become a yogi and run away from the karmic accounts that you had to take care of, then they will not run after you. They will run after you and they will follow you in your next birth also. This is why Baba says that Hatha Yoga is not the appropriate way to finish the circle of karmic accounts. Raj Yoga or Karma Yoga is the way to do that. And then Baba also gives us the signs of a yogi. So people, if I ask you how much do you do yoga, somebody will say I meditate for 6 hours, 7 hours, 10 hours. But how do you know whether your yoga is working? So Baba says, if there is equanimity in your state of being, in the face of praise and defamation, in the face of profit and loss, and in the face of respect and insult. So if your state remains the same, then you are a yogi. Because when you are a yogi, then the sign of that is you will be in a stable state always. So how many of you think you are a yogi? So can you accept praise and defamation in the same way? Or can you handle insult and respect in the same way, or profit and loss in the same way? So Baba says, if your stage remains unshaking in the face of these opposites, then you are a yogi. So Baba says Karma Yoga is the method, and this is the sign. So when you become a Karma Yogi, a Raj Yogi, then eventually you will be in this equanimous state always. Okay, Om Shanti.